long time no see. But it's September now, so I thought that I would talk about all the books that I read in the month of August. Yeah, so I started this book in July, but I finished it in August. So the first book that I finished in August was The Silent Patient, and I rated it 4 stars. This book has been on my shelf for literally years, and I don't know why. I just never wanted to pick it up, but it was finally time, and I liked it. It was good. It wasn't my favorite thriller that I've read recently, but it was good. So next I read One of Us is Back, which is the 3rd book in the One of Us is Lying series by Karen McManus, and I gave this 3 stars. Honestly, the only reason I read this, I wasn't dead set on continuing this series, but the only reason I read it was because I was at the library one day and I saw this book and I was like, I should just check it out. So it was good, but honestly, I've forgotten everything about it, so that's a typical 3 stars for me. So after that, I read Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton, and I am not big on memoirs or just any non-fiction in general, but I loved this book. It was perfect for me because it was her talking about, first of all, just experiences with being young, which is way more relatable to me. So I think that's why I was initially really pulled in by it, but throughout the whole book, I really enjoyed it. So I give that 4 stars. I really liked that one. And then the next book that I read was actually a book from one of the book clubs that I'm in. It's The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood, and I gave it 4 stars. I hadn't read a little cutesy romance in a while, so it was nice. It was fast. I read it in 2 days. It was really cute. I did kind of guess some of the plot points, but it was good. It was good in that moment because I hadn't read something like that in a while. So after that, I read One for My Enemy, and it took me forever to get through this book. And I think it's because around halfway through, I got kind of bored, and I don't know why. I can't identify anything about the plot or the characters that I just wasn't really feeling throughout the book, but it did kind of slow down for me, and I ended up giving it 3 stars. I don't know, maybe a 3.5, just because I enjoyed it so much in the beginning, but it kind of fell off for me, so yeah. Next, I read The Great Alone by Kirsten Hanna, and I gave this 5 stars. I loved this book. Oh my god. I still think about it, and it's been weeks since I read this. I've been wanting to read a Kirsten Hanna book for a long time, and I've heard really good things about this one. And yeah, I was gripped the whole time, and I thought it made me want to go to Alaska. This book was so good. I can see how it's not for everybody, but I literally was just thinking about this book again yesterday. So yeah. After that, well, technically I started this before, it just took me a long time to finish it, was Dune. This is a long book. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of characters, and it's very confusing, but I really wanted to read it because I really just want to watch the movies, and I wanted to read the books first. But it was good. There were definitely times where I was okay, I have no idea what's going on, but yeah, I liked it. It was hard to get through at times, but I think I hadn't read a book that long in a while, and so it took some pushing through at times, but it was good. And the next book was another book that I read for a different book club that I'm part of, and that is The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa. I gave this 4 stars. I really liked this book. There were parts that kind of lost me, but overall it was really good. I thought it was an interesting concept. I've never really read anything like this, and I would recommend this one. It was interesting for sure. I liked it. So after that, I read Remarkably Bright Creatures, and this book was just adorable. I gave it 4 stars. I loved the characters. Like, it was fun. There was a little light mystery. It had a lot of things that I really enjoyed. And lastly, in August, finishing up the month, I read The Nightingale, another book by Kristen Hanna. And I thought I would read this one because I loved The Great Alone so much. And this one I didn't like quite as much as The Great Alone, but I still gave it 4 stars. It was really good. It's about like World War II, like France stuff. It was definitely, like, I was never bored. I just didn't feel quite the same connection to it as I did with The Great Alone, but I still really, really enjoyed it. So, yeah, that's all I read in August, and overall it was a really good reading month, and I've already gotten into it with September, so I should have some good books this month too.